know this was out there, but it is. And this is Kamala Harris agrees that there should be separate laws for Black people. We saw that. We saw that with the BLM riots. Remember, she was working with that group, I forget what it's called, to bail out rioters as the vice president. Oh, I'm sorry. While she was running for vice president. That was 2020. Forgive me. This is Kamala Harris. 7B, por favor, Gabe.
And we're talking about specifically something that happens to Black people here in America. So we have to be specifically targeting to help those people. Because we put those people in a position, and everybody knows the history. Yeah. Everybody understands the history of America. That's right. America, you did this to these people. You should write laws for these people. Don't group us in with everybody, because everybody didn't happen to everybody. But let's be fair. We playing from behind the 8 ball. We way back there, 400 years back there. We're not asking y'all to give us nothing. We actually write the law. Those of us who are willing and able to do the work, will do the work. That's right. That's what we need. That's right.
That's so dumb. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy. That's so dumb. Guys, there are a set of rules that work for everyone. They're called the 10 Commandments. They're written on our hearts. We know what's right and wrong because our conscience tells us, because God has already written his laws on our heart. Even if you don't believe in God, you instinctively know that lying is wrong. You know that murder is wrong. You know that rape is wrong. You know that cheating with someone's spouse. You know what I'm saying? You know that that's wrong. You already know it. And our laws are based on the 10 Commandments because they work. You don't have separate laws for this color person or that color person. That's just subjective truth. That's why some blacks can go in some blue cities or, California, and they have this Prop 47. They know the vast majority of people are going to be young minorities, oftentimes young Black men that are out there breaking those laws. And so the rules shouldn't apply to them. That's reparations. That guy was never a slave. Kamala Harris comes from a lineage of slave owners, but I don't think she should pay reparations. This is just stupid. It's nonsense. Okay, just real quick, and we'll shut this off. FBI tipped off about the suspect in that Georgia shooting in 2023. So that was the news. They had apparently been tipped off by some stuff that he was writing on social media. They visited both he and his dad. So the teen suspected of gunning down 4 people at a Georgia high school has been on the FBI's radar since last year. He was investigated by local authorities in connection to online school shooting threats. According to the Bureau, in May 2023, the FBI received several anonymous tips about threats to carry out the violence at an unidentified school with the harrowing posts, including photos of guns, according to a Wednesday night statement from the Bureau's Atlanta field office. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office identified the young man, then 13, as a possible suspect and interviewed both he and his father. Gray's dad told investigators at the time he had hunting guns in the house, but his son didn't have unsupervised access to those guns. This, according to the statement. So there was no probable cause to take any further action, but local schools were alerted for continued monitoring of Gray. How do you monitor him at that point? Like, maybe you just kick him out of school or whatever class he's in. They should have, you know what I'm saying? He's being charged as an adult, by the way. The officers should be, in my opinion, or his teachers should be armed. Georgia Bureau of Investigation Director Chris Hosey confirmed that the authorities are probing any possible links between 2023 threats and Wednesday's shooting at Appalachian High School. Quote, "This is not recent. This is in the past. But we, pop-up, wanted to bring that to your attention because we are pursuing that, working with the FBI on this and any connection to that incident that could be connected to today's incident as well." Oh, man. I tell you what, the FBI does not have a great rep. Here's some of the victims. Appalachian High School shooting victim Richard Aspinwall was a math teacher. Oh, man, looks like a young, good dude. And then you have Appalachian High School shooting victim Christina, I believe that's Irami, was a math teacher as well. What was up with, what do you have against, oh, man. And then another shooting victim, Christian and Angelo, 14. And then another student, oh man, Mason Shimmerhorn was also 14. He was a student that was shot and killed. I can't imagine what the families are going through right now, especially when your child is murdered in cold blood, just 14 years old, and they're gone. And I feel horrible for the families of the teachers as well. This is, just unbelievably sad. It appears, I'll wait to hear more, that the FBI has dropped the ball. Again, the latest news, but I don't have any update for some reason. But the latest news is that the father has now been arrested as well. So, guys, listen, I appreciate you tuning in to this edition of the Carl Jackson Show podcast. Again, subscribe, or not again, but please subscribe to the podcast wherever you go to get your podcast: Apple, Google, Spotify, YouTube, and Rumble, por favor. Also, please follow me on all things social media at the Carl Jackson Show: X, Instagram, Facebook, True Social, and Getter. All right, guys, until next time, do not grow weary doing good. God bless you.